State of emergency is imposed on Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapakse and Governor of Central Bank of Sri Lanka has resigned. The country is in complete debt of 51 billion US dollar and about to being bankrupt. Prices of basic commodities like grains, fuel, and medicines are rising continuously. Public protesting violently and clashes between public and the police are common on the streets. Because of many political leaders and ministers are
not enough to calm the public. People
nation. They accuse
Sri Lanka is facing worst economic crisis since its independence from British in 1948. Nowadays, the prices of basic commodities like rice, milk powder, petrol, diesel, medicines are rising continuously in Sri Lanka. Like the price of rice in Sri Lanka is about rupees 200 to 240. Price of 1 liter of petrol in Sri Lanka is about rupees 338, and that of 1 liter of diesel is about rupees 289. That's too high. And to buy all of these, people have to wait in long lines for hours, and due to which all the peoples are protesting against the government. Many believe that the government of two brothers, Mahinda Rajapakse and Gotabaya Rajapakse, is destroying the country and are responsible for the economic crisis of Sri Lanka. Public was protesting calmly in front of presidential secretariat, but on 10th May 3,000 government supporters rushed on them, destroyed their protest violently, in which about 8 people died and about 200 people were injured. The best thing here is that in that protest, public is participating despite of their religion, their sex, whether that is a small child or a senior citizen. Everyone is participating, whether that is a Buddhist, a Muslim, a Tamil or a Christian. Everyone is participating in that protest against the government. And later on that day, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapakse and his complete cabinet has resigned from their post. That was not enough for the protesters. Protesters were actually demanding for the complete fall of government. That means they want President Gotabaya Rajapakse to resign, and they are protesting for that. At the same time, President Gotabaya Rajapakse is not willing to resign so easily. He is trying to delay his resign. He is trying to avoid his resign by taking a small step. He recently appointed a new Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and have appointed 4 new cabinet ministers from his own party. A few days ago, new governor of Central Bank of Sri Lanka named Nandalal Veerasinghe said, if there is no government in 2 days, the economy of the country will collapse and no one will able to save it. So basically, he concerned the government to please take actions as fast as possible, or we will not able to save our economy. Our economy will definitely collapse. But after seeing the no result from the side of President Gotabaya Rajapakse, he resigned. Now let's talk about the new Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, Ranil Wickremesinghe. He is the former Prime Minister of Sri Lanka by the time of 1993 to 1994, 2001 to 2004, 2015 to 2018, and 2018 to 2019. That means he was unable to complete his term length of 5 years. That because before completing his term length, he was thrown up by the president, by sometimes by the military, and that's all happened to him. This might be because of the constitution of Sri Lanka and the mismanagement in the politics of Sri Lanka. If you wanted to see this video, then please comment. I will definitely make a video over the constitution of Sri Lanka. And by becoming the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, he thanked PM Narendra Modi for providing the financial support of 3.5 billion US dollar and stand with the country in that worst situation. That's a tough challenge for him to get country out of this economic crisis, but he is trying harder. By doing meetings with the neighboring countries and IMF. Well, that's all this topic. Will meet you in next video. And if you really want to see the complete economic crisis of Sri Lanka, why this happened, then please click on the I button or go to the description.